So my name is Steven Nielsen. I'm the Senior Director of Product Management for Photoshop. Really excited to show you all the features that we are shipping today in Photoshop. I'll show you a couple of features. One is the new selection tool, the new select subject and remove background. Now based in the cloud, it is way more accurate. There's the new adjust colors workflow that can automatically make it a lot easier to really quickly adjust the colors in a workflow. There's new composition reference to generate new images using an existing image and get really good results from the structure of that. And then finally, I'll show you the actions, the improved actions that we're shipping in Photoshop Beta. And talk a little bit about where we're going with that. So the first one I'll show you is the adjust colors workflow. So let's say that I have this photo here and I want to maybe adjust some of the colors. I really easily can just click on this adjust colors button and it'll automatically identify the most prominent colors in the image. And let's say that I want to kind of change this color right here. I click on that prominent color and now I can come in and just adjust that color right within the control bar, or I can change the saturation. Makes it really, really easy to make color adjustments inside Photoshop. There's actually one more that I forgot to mention that I'll show you as well, and that is the new people selection mode. So we have the ability to detect the people in the image and automatically select individual people automatically, or I can even come in and say I want to select individual parts of individual people. I can select just their eyebrows, their eyes, their nose, their clothes, etc. In this case, I might want to come in and say, actually, I want to select all of the people, or I want to select the lower clothes of all of the people. So just by doing that, I can select the genes of all of these people, and then I can come in here and maybe add that hue saturation level layer, and maybe take the saturation down, and I can change the color of all of their genes to match whatever I'm trying to do. Makes it really, really easy to make a selection and then adjust that selection. I mentioned earlier the improved selections. So one of the things this is a great example of how the new selections are super accurate. Now using the cloud, I can come in here and remove the background just by clicking this button. It's going to send a small version of this file to the cloud, and we don't train on it or anything like that. We don't keep the image, but we send that to the cloud, we process it in the cloud, and then we can make a really, really precise selection, including all these little strands of hair, so that you get a really, really good selection. In this case, I have this other purple background that will show through once the background is removed, and you'll see how good the selection is, because you can actually see through these strands of hair into the background. One click, and I get this amazing background. Another example here of removing the background is, actually I think on this one I have, here's an example of, previously if I tried to remove the background just using the old version of this technology, I would get something like this. So I'm put it on this ugly pink background so you can see, but you can see I've made all kinds of mistakes here. But the new background removal, I'll do that now, and you can see it'll detect all the little spokes, all the little places looking through the image. This computer seems to be going really slow. It's usually a little faster than this. I'm not sure if it's an internet issue or not, but you can see how much better it is here. All the area in between the spokes, in between the engine, it's significantly better. So I showed you adjust colors. I showed you the people selection. The other one that I want to show you is the composition reference. So this is a fun one. You can generate new images inside Photoshop using the generate image feature. And if I come in here, I can choose an image that I want to use as a reference for the composition or like the layout of the image. So I'll just come in here and select the Adobe Max logo, and I'll type in here, I want something with flowers and fruit. And what it's going to do, it's going to generate a new image using the same composition and structure of this logo, but with flowers and fruit. And so now we have the Max logo in the style of some edible flowers and fruit. I have several different options here of things that I could use. So the last thing I'll show you is the new actions, and these are really powerful actions that we've had actions in Photoshop for a long time. But what we've done is a couple things. We redesigned the actions experience into this new actions panel, and we do three things here. One is we automatically look at your image and recommend one of 1,000 new actions. So we created 1,000 new actions, more than 1,000 new actions. We automatically suggest some of those, and you can search for them using normal words, normal phrases. You don't have to know the right terminology and like how does Photoshop describe this thing. You can just pick among the things that are there. So if I want to, for example, select the sky, or create a blue mood effect or a vintage instant look, these are all recommended here. Or I could hit this refresh button and I could make the subject pop. I can also, as you can see, I can just kind of hover over things and get a preview. Something's going on with this computer. I can get a preview of what would this look like. I haven't selected this, I'm just hovering and getting an idea of what it would look like. But let's go ahead and say replace sky. I can replace the sky with a sunset automatically, or I can I can generate a new sky and just say cloudy sky. And that will use generative fill and Firefly to generate a new sky. Really, really easy to get new results and try something out really, really quickly. So these actions are, like I said, searchable just using normal language, or you have all of these suggestions. And again, there's 1,000 new ones to pick from.